Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Tensura Advent of Magic. Last time, we did some last-minute taming. We got a dragon that we named, No, Thorn. Words are hard. I cannot remember things very well. So we now have a tamed dragon. Also got an amphitheater last time. We did some last-minute EP grinding as we were getting close to 20,000 souls. And that was basically it for stuff that happened before we did our Demon Lord evolution. The harvest ritual, it has been changed somewhat. You get like 1 minute where you're basically not allowed to move. I don't know. Like, I understand giving you mobility, debuffs and whatnot, canceling your abilities during that time. But like immediately after 1 minute, as soon as the harvest festival starts, you're not allowed to move at all, basically, which didn't happen. Like that's not how the Harvest Festival went. Rimuru had like a tiny bit of time in order to get to somewhere safe first. I feel like the immediate debuff is just a little bit too strong. But anyways, I ended up just teleporting home via the map just because I don't know. I thought I would have had some amount of time to move and get home. It was, yeah. We got home, we did our Harvest Festival. It is now like a 3-tier, minute-long each tier sort of thing. And we now have a bunch of direwolves that are all the way leveled up, and all of our subordinates get like boosts. And we are now a Divine Bird with a true Demon Lord Divine Bird, which is pretty cool. Anyways, oh yes, and because of that, we now have more or less all the nullifications. Didn't get gravity, didn't get heat, holy lights, didn't get spiritual, and didn't get darkness, cold, and abnormal. But those are the ones that you just don't get hit with those attacks, really. So it doesn't really matter all that much. And besides, like, the one we could have trained, technically, is trying to get, like, a mob to hold to hold a weapon and hit us with holy damage. I did attempt it, I couldn't get it to work, so I just decided you can't get that nullification anyways. Between episodes, I haven't done a whole lot, like actual, I haven't trained infinite regeneration yet. That's something I'd wanted to do, but forgot. But I have gone ahead and done some hunting around for the lizard folk villages, specifically the underground ones, because one, we haven't seen the new model for it, which does look pretty cool, and two, I want the spear schematic that you can only get in here. But, yeah, they have like this cool thing. It's definitely looking a lot nicer. It looks a lot more like this is a naturally spawned cave that they just like turned into their home. But we still have like a little blacksmiths, which does have a spear. I did already check in this chest, I just didn't grab it out yet. And then I saw a throne room in a different one, but I haven't seen it here. We have like this little lectern room with like a bunch of bedding in it. Yeah, I enjoy the new look of the lizard folk thing. Like, it's... You know, this feels more like the 116 version of the Lizard Folks Cave, but like, I don't know, it's like a nice middle ground between the 119 and the 116 version. Let's see, nothing over here. Is this just like long hallways that lead nowhere? Those are just long hallways that lead nowhere. Let's see, there's a little bit more further this way. That just also ends there. And then we have another little sleeping room. I did find a battle will in one of these. Like, I cleared a couple looking for the smithing table, or the smithy or whatever. So it didn't look like there was anything else super important besides the spear schematic, but yeah, I enjoyed the new design for these. Anyways, today, what are we going to get up to? Not entirely sure. We can start... We can either start dealing with some of the more of the mob... Words are hard. Why are words so difficult? 1 second. Okay. So, there's... I made it home. Yada yada. There's a couple of things I want to do. First, let's go ahead and actually make a spear real quick. Someone had the idea... Oh, that's eeUuKViO Arcane. Someone had the idea of giving one of these secondary Mai's a spear, which honestly would work fairly well. She can like teleport behind mobs and just hit them. Plus her like energy arrow thing doesn't actually require a bow. So I might as well just start working on upgrading this thing for her. Might as well just use this today. Other than that, what are we going to do today? There's the obvious, we can start working on like the bosses, although I would have to spawn in like Carrion and Luminous, and I have not actually found a naturally spawned Hinata yet, which is mildly problematic. I might have to end up spawning her in. Oh yeah, we also got Liba last time, and a permanent Sylphide, who still needs a name. What is your name going to be? I'm just gonna do Subdue instead. Aw. You're like working out. That's kind of cute. I had heard that Ifrit did like push-ups. I guess Sylphite here does something similar. Um, what's your real name going to be? Wind Fairy. Yeah, she appears very feminine, so um, uh, I don't know what Gardenia. You get to be Gardenia, I guess. So, cool, we now have Gardenia here. Oh yes, I also named another dragon between episodes. Like, I was flying around and this lightning dragon attacked me. So this is Sizzle. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got distracted when I talked about Liba, Gardenia, and Sizzle. But there's one thing I wanted to do today, at least, and that's take a look at some new unique skills. Since we reached Demon Lord Evolution, I think it's fair to like give myself the 2 new skills just to see them. Like I was always planning on doing that. So those 2 new skills are, if I just edit myself, ability, let's edit ability grant to myself. The 2 new unique skills are Analyst, and they are Analyst and Seeker. The Analyst belonging to Shuna, and Seeker belonging to Diablo. So let's just start with Analyst because it's the first one there. And I'm actually going to need to go pull up the wiki page for this because I'm not entirely sure how these work. Okay, so Analyst, let's just read up this little blurb here. Enhanced cognitive processing, analyze targets and phenomena, accelerate magic casting, and deepen understanding of the laws of the world to optimize all actions. So, if we didn't already have law manipulation, we would have gained it immediately from gaining this skill. And then its 3 toggle abilities. When toggled, increases the amount of learning points and mastery points gained by 2. So it's essentially the same as Sage in that regard. Regular Sage, not Great Sage. Great Sage is a +8, I think, or +9. Or it boosts you to 10. And it also has built-in Thought Acceleration, and it has built-in Chant Annulment, both of which are pretty good. I was expecting to move a little bit faster, because Thought Acceleration is also a slight movement speed buff. I was expecting to go faster here. Oh, interesting. The speed control bars are gone. It used to be a thing where, like, right here, there was a bar to control your maximum speed, but I don't actually see it there anymore. Weird. Anyways, that move somewheres and I'm just missing it? I don't know. Anyways, Thought Acceleration, Chant Control, and a +2 to Learning. All fairly good. This is definitely seeming like the sort of skill that is definitely better as like a secondary skill if you get something else as well though. Because its other abilities, Active Press, Analytical Appraisal. Let's go actually put it on a bar here. Also, this area is getting like really laggy. Cat is making a lot of jingling noises right now. So, Analyst, let's just put that over Demon Dominate for now. So, Analytical Appraisal and Analyze. So, I don't really know if I can fully test this skill out. Analytical Appraisal level 18, essentially, is what this has. Which in turn means that you can basically check the EP of any mob regardless of how strong they are in comparison. The problem is, there's no mob stronger than me now. Maybe Luminous, but it wouldn't actually. But it's so close in strength to us that we wouldn't actually be able to tell. Like it wouldn't change anything. There you go. So, the analytical appraisal thing really good for like starting level. Like if you have like 2,000 EP and you run into an Orc Lord and you just want to see how much EP it has, that would work fairly well. But since we're already Demon Lord, it doesn't actually change much. That effect looks so cool on that relic. It's a little bit rough to use because it's only very, very limited amounts of immortality, but it's still awesome. Anyways, Analytical Appraisal, a very strong version of it, and the other mode is Analyze. So, when held down for 5 seconds, at 3 seconds with Mastery, affected by chanting speed, while looking at a magic circle or magic entity, barrier, field, projectile, etc., within 30 blocks radius, copies the magic. It can't copy any spirit magic or elemental summoning magic. Does that work on disintegration? I don't think disintegration is a magic yet. Like I would assume I would assume you can't copy disintegration. I haven't seen any signs that it's been added into the base mod as something you can use. But I believe Law Manipulation also gains that ability when it's mastered, but I haven't been able to do it yet. It sounds really cool, but like the odds of that happening aren't great. Like it needs to be held down for 5 seconds. That feels like a multiplayer ability more than it does single player. Because what? That would let you copy like the magic that a greater daemon uses against you. Well, we already have access to most of that because we did like the whole turn into a orc disaster, gets starved and receive the skills from our demon. Yeah, in theory, that sounds really cool. But like, I don't know if there's much in just the base mod that's going to attack you that you could actually make use of that against. Like, Shizu uses some magic, but I think we already have it. Hinata uses some magic, but hers is all spiritual. I don't think she has any aspectual magics. Although I guess they could have given her something. You can copy something from daemons, but also the fact you need to hold it for 5 seconds while looking at a magical circle. But also most magic costs takes less than... I don't know, that feels weird. Like, copying magic in theory sounds really cool, but you need to get like the skill like immediately. You need to find the mobs you can copy immediately, and you need to know an attack is coming and activate the 5 seconds. But then like 6 seconds that a spell costs. Yeah, in theory, I like the idea of it. I don't know how you would actually use it in practice, though. It feels a little rough to use in practice. I guess we can head to the Demon Realm and see if we can't get someone to cast a magic we don't know. But I think we know all the magic that the demons use. I suppose it's worth going to take a look real quick, see if we can't find something. Okay, so let's just see. If I whack you, analyze, remaining time. It doesn't work against you. Even with Chant Annulment, we're down to like 2.5 seconds out of 5. It's just not enough. But like, cause like your magic is instant. You don't have anything that takes more time than that, unless you actually... Yeah, I'm just never gonna copy anything off a lesser demon, apparently. So I guess I'm good to get rid of you. Oh, the one thing I probably could have copied is, of course it waited until I was getting ready to kill it to launch something I might have been able to copy. So what about you? That one lasted a little bit longer. None of these, you just can't copy. You just can't copy any of these spells. Like, they're all, like, microseconds. Like, none of them are active for 5 seconds. So there's absolutely no way you'd ever copy any of that. It's such a cool sounding skill in theory. It's never gonna work. It just doesn't work in practice with that long of a cooldown when you need to keep it active. The actual only thing that I could ever see this being super useful for was if you could actually copy disintegration. And I just don't think that's the thing you can do. This is actually really sad. This is a really cool skill, It just, I don't see how it works in game. Like, no magic spell. Absolutely none of these magic spells are ever going to last long enough. Like, none of them even last 2.5 seconds with Chanted Almonds. How on earth is anything going to last, like, the full 5 seconds if you don't get it? Also, Chanted Almond, I don't think stacked. Like, Chanted Almond halves time, but we technically have 2 examples of Chanted Almond now. And yeah, that's a little bit weird. Anyways, let's go try and find an demon as well. Like the graders and the lesser demons, all of their magic cost takes too short of an amount of time. Ah, I'm kind of disappointed right now. It's like the ability to copy stuff sounds so cool, but like, it's only magic as well, I believe. I don't think you can copy skills. I think it specifically is magic. Oh no, I'm gonna go try and find an archdemon. Okay, so I found an archdemon. Let's just start this. Okay, nope. Oh, hold on. I might be able to... it's not counted as a magical entity or projectile, so it's not taming that. Oh, hold on. Does this stay around for 5 seconds? Nope, it won't. It doesn't work. Like, this would need to be, like, a second, tops. Like, most magic are gone within a half a second. So, like, it just doesn't work. Like, it's so cool in theory. It just doesn't work. Like, most projectiles are just too fast. All magic circles disappear instantly. This thing I should be able to copy. Like, the fact that I can't copy this thing is super weird. Huh. Yeah, this is disappointing. They made a new... Yeah. The only hope is that when this thing is mastered, it actually gets to copy instantly because of Chanted Almonds. But without it being mastered, which is actually harder to do because it doesn't work without Chanted Almonds. Yeah. Yeah, this needs to be like half a second. Like if it's any more than half a second, you're literally never going to get it to work. I don't know. Like, it's also just the fireball, I think, is the only one I don't actively have right now, and this thing. The fact I can't copy this thing. If it uses the earth spikes, I might be able to copy those. Yeah. Nope, they're gone in a second and a half. It just doesn't work. It's an actively impossible to use skill. Yeah. Magic circles need to last longer, or the timer on Analyst needs to be considerably shorter. It is just too much. Yeah, I made it to 2 seconds on that one, and then it got destroyed. Like, that is legitimately the one spell I might be able to copy. And it gets to 2 seconds, and then it gets destroyed, because it's also just launching other skills that destroy it. Aw, this is really sad, actually. And the fact, I believe Seeker has more or less the same ability. And Law Manipulation has the same ability when it's mastered. But it's just not going to work on any of them, I assume. And on top of that, none of the... It says you can copy, like, the magical barriers and the anti-magic barriers and whatnot, but no mobs use those as far as I'm aware. Maybe Hinata does. I don't know. Yeah. This is a bit of a letdown. Like, this... I should be able to copy this thing. I'm assuming if maybe I was on the outside, I'd be able to do it, but, like, I'm never going to be on the outside of it. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Armor's still fine now, right? Yeah, I made another pair of the Armosaur Scale Mail just so I had the matching sets. It was weird having the Dragon Armor, which won't actually get stronger. Oh, come on! It's just gonna spam the same move, so I'm not allowed to move anymore. Yeah. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit longer, see if I can't see if I can't copy the Earth Spikes, but I'm assuming it's just not gonna work at this point. Yeah, I just couldn't get it to work. I got it to 2.4 out of 2.5 one time before it was destroyed again. What I think I would have to do, I also accidentally killed the Archdemon. What I would probably have to do is get the Archdemon to stay on like one hit, so like very low health, which is really hard because it also has self-regen and healing magic. So I would have to get it one hit. I would need to get it to do the Earth Spike attack and kill it before it launches another attack that destroys the Earth Spikes. And then immediately rush back and start copying the Earth Spikes and hope I did it fast enough because they also just disappear after like 4 seconds. Yeah, there's one magic I think I could possibly copy. And it's like a super convoluted mess to do it. Yeah. Yeah, the only way I could see this working and being actually useful for the Analyst, like, copy magic ability is if it worked for disintegration. And I've looked, I just don't think that's a magic the player can use still. But, but anyways, Analyst, a pretty good secondary ability for its learning points and its analytical appraisal. But the actual cool copy ability just doesn't work very well. I don't think any copy ability that copies magic is going to work very well unless they all like half the timer on them, if not more. But anyway, since that's Analyst, might as well take a look at Seeker as well. I believe these are the only two new unique skills since the last time I played this. So, Grant, Adendris, Seeker. Of course, Analyst is mastering somewhat quickly, so I guess we can test it when it's mastered as well. So, Seeker. Accelerate thought processing to extreme levels. Mastery over magics and manipulate the fundamental laws governing the world to optimize actions and outcomes. Let me go look up the wiki page real quick. Hold on, before we actually go over Analyst, let me test something. I turned off... No, it's still 2.5, so Chant Annulment, or Thought Acceleration actually isn't stacking. I figured I'd double check it to see if maybe it was, and it's just like and each one was like, crits are hard. I thought maybe it was actually only like, cool. How do I word what I'm trying to say? By default, it's supposed to be 5 seconds. I was curious if maybe it was like a 1/4 off rather than half off, and I just misremembered. But no, Chant Annulment apparently no longer stacks, at least for cooldowns on Analyst. But anyways, Seeker. It's pretty similar. It's very similar to Analyst. There's some differences with it though. So, law manipulation is acquired upon obtaining Seeker. If Seeker is created with Creator, law manipulation will not be obtained. So, same thing. You just instantly get law manipulation with either of these two skills. Increases the amount of learning points and mastery points gained for magics. Very specifically for magics by 4. So it's not as good. Hold on, was Analyst the same? No, Analyst is for everything, law manipulation. Yeah, Analyst is for everything, Seeker is specifically for magic. So, that's okay. It's technically, it's good, but it's a little bit more of a drawback. I think I'd like to generalize +2 over the +4 to specific magics. It also has Thought Acceleration, and it also has Chant Annulment. Same thing as like Analyst. Let's just see. Does that affect Analyst's time? Whoops. No. Chant Annulment, Thought Acceleration no longer stacks. I used to stack, I'm 100% sure of that, but it appears like it no longer does. Okay. So, there's that. Let's actually just put in a hotbar as well. It just gets to... I'll put it over multi-layer for now. So, Seeker. It does not have an extra mode. Alt. Yeah. It does not have the analytical appraisal. So it loses that ability. It is specifically only analyze. When held down for 3 seconds, it's faster, affected by chance speed while looking at a magic circle or magic entity. Within 15 blocks, copy the magic. Okay. So it's faster than Analyst's copy ability. In theory, that should make it a second and a half, right? But it's shorter range. So, it still doesn't work. Like, the only way you'd actually catch a projectile is if you had range enough to stay out of distance and, like, get it as it's coming at you. But with a 15 block range instead of a 30 block range, that's going to be impossible. So, yeah, it still doesn't work. Shorter range means you have less time. So the fact that it takes less time to activate doesn't matter. What about you have some magic that takes a little bit longer. Okay, that's a no. No. No, only hit 0.2. I actually hit 0.4. Come on. Go away. Some of those attacks I actually managed to hit like 0.5 on because of the extra range. Okay, hold on. Launch something at me. Nope, I only hit 0.1. I'm still... Oh. You failed to copy / steal Tornado Blade. Do I already have it? Hold on, Tornado Blade. Oh, I already have it. I guess I just never used it? I trained it and then never used it. Weird. So we already have that one. And we have actually gotten to see it sort of work now. Oh, that only stays around for a half second. That's only a half second. That one in theory, if I had actually stayed a little bit closer, maybe. That one's a half second. All of these circles are only half second. That one made it to 0.8 at least. I already copied that one. I don't... These skills are a little bit of a letdown. It just... Like, you need to get them immediately and find just, like, the right moment to do it. But... it just doesn't work. These need rebalanced. Like, magic circles don't stay around long enough, and you're just not going to catch a projectile with only a 15 block range and limited in that, like, half second you have. They're so cool. They just don't. It just doesn't work. Go away. I was so excited for the new unique skills, and they don't work. I pressed the wrong button. Come on. You're, of course, just going to constantly fly out of range. Okay, that's just Tornado again. Come on, Megalodons. Leave me alone for a half second. I'm trying to test things. Usually, if I'm in the Demon Realm and I'm just, like, in here running about, I don't mind the Megalodons because they're good EP. But, like, I'm trying to test something here. Half second. Nope, no, that was only a third of a second. That was only a fourth of a second. Nope, I didn't even get something on that one. Nope, that was only 6.6. That was only 0.8. That was only 0.1. That was only 0.5. It just doesn't work. And this is actually pointless. It's just never gonna give you anything. This is so annoying. This is really disappointing. Like, the only magic that I could foresee you actually managing to copy with this is the Earth Spikes. And that's if the demon lets you do it, because it's just going to immediately destroy them. I got Tornado Blade because it lasts... Yeah. This is really sad. Are you absolutely kidding me? Gave me point... Yeah. Cool new skills. If they function. Like, you're supposed to get these early on. You're supposed to... I don't know. This just will not work ever. There's just nothing I could possibly make work out of this because of like the cooldowns and how fast they can just spam stuff and how long. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna try it once again whenever it summons the Earth Spikes, and we should be able to get the Earth Spikes if it does it one more time. I just need to be immediate on it. Ow. I forgot. I also learned Mud Spears and never used it. Like, the exact same thing as Tornado Blade. So, like, there's quite literally nothing I could ever possibly get out of it. I haven't learned Icicle Spear, but, like, that's actually impossible to learn. It's just too fast, and the magic circle is, like, 0.2 seconds or something. Yeah. I'm going home. This was annoying. I am very sad about this. Don't give me cool new things and then just make it so they don't actually work. Like, I'm sure they did so much testing with this too. Like, yeah, I'm sure they tested these things to the ends of the earth and back, and they didn't see a problem with this. They didn't see a problem with how this functions, did they? Like, they didn't see a problem with the fact that it doesn't function? Yeah. Yeah, this is Shuna's skill, who managed to almost get destroyed by a disintegration and then just stole it with this skill. And this is Diablo's skill, who, do I even need to mention how strong Diablo is? Like, these don't, they just don't live up to how much hype they should have at all. Like, it's such a cool idea. Steal and copy whatever magic would hit you. That's what these skills should do. But instead, it just feels like, oh yeah, I'm just tanking hits to the face for no reward. Yeah, these need a rework. Like, either magic circles need to stay on screen longer so you can copy those a bit better, or like they just need to like half the timers on them by default. Like, even with thought acceleration, it's just not enough. Especially since they made it so thought acceleration doesn't stack. Which, I mean, that's probably a good thing. Like, if you get every skill, you can like cast any magic instantly. But you can also cast any magic instantly with Chant Annulment. So, I don't know. I don't know. I just wished these were cooler. I wish they worked. I was so excited for it, and I just can't make it work. Apparently, I left some Charybdis scales behind. Good to know. Are there any more? I'm gonna check this desert real quick, because if there's more Charybdis scales, I want them. Okay, so I double-checked the desert, and I managed to find 20 Charybdis scales, which is a whole lot more than I thought it spawned. But, yeah, I also double-checked the list of unique skills, and Tempter... No, not Tempter. I wish Tempter was in. I wish they added in Fabricator and Tempter as well as since they added in Shuna and Diablo's other skills, but they did not. Yeah. Yeah, I wish these two were cooler. Like, extra training points is really good, so I guess they get training points. I guess they get bonuses for that. And I guess analytical appraisal, really high level, is good for, like, starting up. It's just, I don't know. I think there needs to be a rework to the whole copy magic ability that Law Manipulation and they both share. But anyways, I forgot to enchant this thing, so I gave it Channeling, Impaling, Loyalty, and Unbreaking. Isn't Channeling supposed to, like, summon down thunder? It's during a thunderstorm? Does the mob need to survive to do that? I have no idea. I give this thing Channeling because I've never actually used it, and I looked it up and I thought that's how it worked. I guess the mob has to survive, which is easier said than done. I think I'm going to one-shot basically everything. No, it's not working. Is it specifically when you, like, throw a trident that channeling happens in a thunderstorm? I don't know. I've never properly tested this. Also, I gave it Loyalty, so it comes back to me. Although I assume that a subordinate given a spear won't actually make proper use of it. Or maybe. I can't say for sure. I guess we'll have to give it to Maya and test it out real quick. Let's give it a... Thank you for coming back to me. Yeah, channeling's not activating, and I don't know why. Okay, I have to be a bit careful with it. If you're not careful with it when you're using it like loyalty and like throwing it constantly, it doesn't actually gain its EP back if it's not in hand. So let's go give this to Mai to test it out, just to see, because I'm not sure how she'll use it. I'm going to have to make sure she doesn't break it, and then I'll take it back and start growing it again. But, yeah. Is there anything else I want to get done today? At this point, we're just going to wait on boss fighting until next time. Tested out the new skills. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. Unless we just want to do at least one Otherworld summoning every episode, which I guess we can. So far, 3 Mais. Not great luck. You get to have this. You're going to follow me. And I guess what I can do is just like take you into... take you away somewhere, just put you on aggressive and just put you in a mob full of... into a group full of mobs. That's probably like a good way to see how you work. If you're gonna come with me, thank you. Just need to grab my thought communication real quick. Where are you going? Mai just keeps walking away. Not thought acceleration, thought communication. Where's thought communication? Oh, I guess it is a basic skill. I thought it was an extra skill for some reason. Movement, targeting. So just go up here real quick. Come on. And you are going to be on aggressive. So go. Okay. Uh-oh. Interesting. I didn't think... I thought she could still use her Traveler ability without a bow, but it looks like she's just preferring to use the spear instead. Huh. Hold on. Set to wander, set to stay. What is... For a brief moment, I was... Hmm. Perhaps giving you a spear with loyalty wasn't my best idea. Because, you now have a helicopter of spears flying around your head. Those will eventually despawn, right? I think they will. But apparently she does need a bow. The Traveler ability has, like, the energy arrow thing. But I don't think you technically need a bow for the player to do that. But it doesn't look like she's using it if she has a bow. She's also not, like, teleporting behind mobs. I don't know. A little bit weird. Wasn't quite what I was expecting to see. But anyways, I'm going to give her a few more moments over here, but that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. Looking at that, I am both a little bit sad that doesn't duplicate it, and kind of relieved that doesn't duplicate it, because it looks like it might have, if it was. Okay. Yeah. Apparently she does need a bow, because she's just not using her ability without a bow for some reason, even though she shouldn't technically need it. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado... Oh, wait, nope. We want to do one more Otherworld summoning today. I almost forgot. Let me go do it real quick. It takes a couple minutes. Okay, and it's... Hey, look, it's not a Mai. It can, in fact, work to summon things that aren't Mai Furuki. Of course, it's just Shinryusei who... her observer, I think? Your whole thing is you throw kunais. I can't actually remember exactly what your unique skill does. I do remember it's not that powerful, though. Oh, let me double check this. I'm almost 100% sure his skill is Observer, and I don't think Observer's very good. Okay, it's a little bit better than I remembered it being. Basically, what I remembered is that it just basically boosts how far your vision is. Like, we have universal perception so we can see that our armadillo from all the way back here. With Observer, like, here's our max. With Observer, we could go like 20 blocks further away and still see the armadillo. So that's what I remembered it doing. It apparently also has a 20% dodge chance to melee attacks and a 100% dodge chance to ranged objects. So it's a little bit better than I thought it was. But still, Traveler's just the better skill. Um, Not that we can actually steal either of them without Chosen One or, I guess, Unyielding or Spearhead, which I did technically run a test with something in a single player world about like the whole idea of possessing Fulgen using Spearhead. But no, that doesn't work. It is in fact, Spearhead is just a temporary skill if you possess a body. I guess if we found a Fulgen and possessed him, we could get Traveler and Observer for at least one life. And assuming we don't actually die? I mean, unless I get hit with, like, Disintegration or something, I'm not actually afraid of dying, really, all that much against anyone but Hinata, and probably Luminous. I feel like we can probably take Kyrian. I feel like we can almost surely take Gazelle. And that's basically it, right? Hinata and Gazelle for the reset timer. Yeah, I guess if I find a Fulgen, we can try possessing him and just at least get those skills temporarily. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank you all one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, Omello, It Me Sammy Lawrence, Logan Anderson, and Shadow25. Thank you all so much for the extra support. For real now, take care, everybody.